Good morning. Here we are in our play yard at our adoption center in East Brookfield, and what we thought we would do this morning is kind of talk about one of the breeds. We want to do a couple of segments so that we can give you some general information about breeds. It's important to us here at Second Chance that when our dogs do go to their forever homes, that the owners are happy, and that of course our dogs are happy and they can live a healthy and fulfilling life. So we're very careful about what dogs we place with what families, and we want to make sure that we're matching the breed to the family. Some families are very active, some families are very homebound. Same applies with dogs. Some dogs are very high energy, some dogs are very laid back. So this morning I thought we would talk about one breed that sometimes gets a lot of press. It's called a Rottweiler, better known as a Rottie. Let me introduce you to Sasha. Hi Sasha, say hello. This is Sasha. Sasha is a 2-year-old female, and as you can see, she's just a sweetheart. Sasha is a Rottweiler. The Rottie, as best as we can tell in history, originally started probably way back in Rome. The Romans used to use them during their conquests and marching, and they were primarily used for guarding dogs. They are part of the power dog breeds. They're very strong, they're very self-assured, and they require strong leadership. Obviously you can see today what we have in terms of the Rottie breed is a very sweet, gentle, and really a loving dog. They kind of migrated over to Germany, which is where we really know where they came from. They were used as herding dogs. They're actually the oldest breed of herding dog that we know of. They were used to herd livestock for the German farmers. They also pulled carts for them. Because of their strength and their stamina, they were great at doing all kinds of work. So they're a working dog. Because they are in fact power dogs, they do require strong leadership. In one of our earlier segments, we talked about the importance of leadership in the dog world. Rotties, obviously, being part of the power breed dog, require really strong leaders. We don't want them to take charge of the house, but they are in fact very loving, very gentle. I would suggest that anyone who decides to adopt a Rottie needs to be absolutely certain that they're going to do training with the dog. Once again, most of the training is for the owner so that we can teach the leadership qualities that the dog is looking for. The dogs pretty much know what to do, but they're very loyal. Today they're used as guard dogs. They're used in police work. They're also used as search and rescue dog. Highly intelligent breed, lots of energy. This is not a dog that you can take and put in an apartment or even a home and have it stay there for 8 to 10 hours a day. This dog needs lots of exercise. If we can keep them tired, they're great in the house. If we're going to put them in the house and leave them there for long periods of time, they're going to get very bored. They're going to do things in our house that we're not going to be thrilled with. So when we're looking to place a Rottie, we're looking for a very active family. We're looking for hikers and walkers and runners and folks that have lots of land to let the dog run and get that energy out. So one of the bad raps that the power dogs get, and in particular our little Rottie here, Sasha, is that they're dangerous, they're aggressive. The truth of the matter is that any dog who is mistreated, abused, or physically injured can in fact be aggressive to humans. The entire demeanor of the dog is dependent on how we treat the dog, how we train the dog, and respect for the animal. As you can see, there's no aggression in Sasha. In fact, Sasha is going to a forever family that has children and 2 other dogs. We did a meet and greet with Sasha and the dogs, and they just loved each other. She's a sweetheart. So it's important to understand that all of the myths that we hear about power dogs, whether it's a Rottie, a Pitty, German Shepherds, the problem always is socialization of the animal, training of the animal, and most importantly, leadership of the animal. These are not aggressive dogs. They're very sweet dogs, and we love them all. So let's make sure that we understand how we need to handle these dogs if we're going to bring them into our homes. Any questions that you might have about what we just talked about, in particular with this breed, let us know. The contact information, as you know, is Second Chance Animal Shelter, phone number 508-867-5525. Thanks. Hi, we're out here in the play yard here at Second Chance Animal Shelter over in East Brookfield, Mass. We're talking about breeds, and the one we're going to talk about right now is the Jack Russell. The Jack Russell is a very high energy dog. Typically, we like to call them the Super Ball dogs of the dog world. It's kind of like when you throw the Super Ball and it bounces off the wall. That's Jack Russells. They came to us from Europe. They actually got their name from hi sweetheart. They actually got their name from the Reverend John Russell. He was an avid hunter, fox hunter, and that's what these dogs were bred to do. As the years went by, they also were used to take and flush out any kind of animal that kind of lived in the ground. They're known as having been born to dig. They are big diggers. So if you're a garden person or you have some extremely nice landscaping, this is a dog that's going to want to dig in there and redo that landscaping for you. So you can see, very high energy, very vocal. This is a dog that is best suited to a family who can get that energy out. Fenced in yards where they can run and play, dispel some of that energy. They also tend to be very dominant dogs because they are part of the terrier family. Terriers by nature are tenacious. Little Polly is not typical of the general characteristics of the breed. As we have talked before, when we talk about breed characteristics, we're really talking in generalities. It's kind of like humans. I mean, some of us are very outgoing, some of us are very introverted. Just because we talk about the high energy of a Jack Russell, some of them are uncharacteristic. Polly is actually a little bit more subtle than most Jack Russells. She's kind of tempered back, but nonetheless, high energy dog. This is a dog who does very well in the family as long as it gets the opportunity to burn off that energy. We would not want to see Polly or one of her other breeds being kept in an apartment or even in a house for long periods of time. They will get bored, and again, they will dispel that energy in the house. You probably won't be happy with it. Little dogs, again, the health issues involve luxating patellas, as we call it, kneecaps that have a tendency to want to slip to one side or the other. What they'll do is they'll hold that leg up because they have pain. We want to make sure that we keep them slim and trim. Polly is actually pretty well maintained as far as weight goes. Hip dysplasia, if they get too heavy, they have a tendency to display hip dysplasia. But as you can see, very active dog. What Polly wants to do right now is she wants me to let go of the leash so that she can run around and get that energy burnt off. But they are sweet dogs, only meant for the very active families. Any questions about it, certainly let us know. It was a pleasure to show you Polly. Polly. Polly.
Hi, my name is Cheryl, and I'm here at the Adoption Center in East Brookfield for Second Chance. And today we want to talk about labs. Now, this is Keeley. He's a 3-year-old lab mix. He is not a purebred. But we're going to show you labs with this one because he does have a lot of the characteristics of a purebred lab. Labs are a field breed. They're one of my favorite breeds. When I was raising my children, we had a lab, and I can tell you they're usually very good with children. Excellent high energy dog for kids. They have a soft mouth like the golden retriever. That's why you see them used a lot for service dogs. They're also, because they're a field breed, they are used a lot for hunting as well. Great dog. They do, even though they have the short coat, they do shed a lot. I can tell you that for a fact. You're going to want to invest in a good vacuum cleaner if you have a lab. They do have a tendency to be prone to some ear infections because of the fact that they tend to like water, go in water a lot. They get a lot of moisture in the ear, and therefore sometimes they do get a lot of ear issues. Great dog though. They are a big dog. They tend to be in the 70-pound range. You need to be a strong owner as far as wanting to train them, get them used to, if you're going to leash walk them, you definitely want to get training so that they're not pulling you down the street. If you see people walking down the street and the dog's 3 feet ahead of them, yanking on them, that's what we want to avoid when we place a dog in a home. We want to make sure that the dog and the owner are trained to walk the dog without having to be pulled down the street, because that can be very dangerous, especially in the winter time. You get pulled like that on ice and you're going to probably most likely break something. Great dog. Like I said, for the kids, it's just a wonderful breed. Like we always say as parents, we don't want to pick a favorite child. Well, I have to say this is my favorite breed, just because of the energy level. You can take these dogs for long walks and hikes. They don't get tired easily. Yes, and Kylie is a great, like you see, he's a great dog, very indicative of the breed. So if you have children, lab mixes, labs are one of the most popular breeds in the country, and this is why. So I want to thank you for your time and learning a little bit about the labs and the lab mixes. Great dog, and like I said, it's a great dog for a family. Thank you. You're a great dog. Can you come home with me? I didn't even need a cheat sheet on that one. Because they're my babies. That was fun. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Kylie, come here. Isn't he? Yeah. Hey, Kylie, come on. Come on, Kylie. Kylie, come on. Kylie, Kylie. Kylie, come on. Come on, Kylie. Come on. Come on, come on, Kylie. Come on, Kylie. Come on. Kylie, come on. Come on, Kylie. Kylie. Kylie, come on. Kylie. Kylie, come on.
Hi, we're out here in the play yard at our adoption center in East Brookfield, Mass. We're going to talk about an American Eskimo today. This little one here with me, often referred to as a little white puffball, is Luna. Luna is a 1.5 year old female. She's just a sweetheart. The American Eskimo, contrary to its name, did not originate in Alaska with Eskimos. They have nothing to do with the Eskimo culture. They actually came from Germany, where they were originally used as guarding dogs working on farms. They are related to the German Spitz dogs, which would include the white Keeshonds, the white Pomeranians. I kind of look at them as miniature Samoyeds. Very sweet dogs. These dogs are wonderful with families. They love being with children. They are very high energy. Luna is an exception to the general rule of the breed. When we talk about breeds, we're going to talk about them in general terms. Like people, dogs have their own personalities. And normally, the general rule with the American Eskimo is very vocal. They like to bark. They love their family, so they're in fact very protective of the family. They're usually leery of strangers coming into the house unless you tell them that the stranger is okay. They will bark. But again, very good with children. They love to play. Obviously a long-haired dog, so there's lots of shedding that goes on at least a couple of times a year in the springtime and of course in the winter. Hi, sweetheart. They were here, once they got to our country, they were used in circuses because they are highly intelligent, and it was easy for the trainers in the circuit to teach them all kinds of tricks that they used during the shows. Very easy dogs to get along with. They normally will get along with other dogs. They normally will get along with even cats. Luna, as you can see, is just a sweetheart. She's rolling over to give me her belly. This is a high energy dog. This is not a dog that we would recommend long stays. If you were a working family and you were out of the house for extended periods of time, 8 to 10 hours, this dog would get very bored because it is highly intelligent, and it would release its energy in the house. You wouldn't be happy with the results. So this is a dog who needs lots of attention, lots of exercise. Obviously, because of the long coat, the grooming becomes an essential part of her care as well. She has to be brushed. If not, she will get matted. But again, these are just wonderful family dogs. If you haven't seen these or if you haven't come across them, come up and visit Luna. You'll find that she's a sweetheart. As far as health issues go, these being smaller dogs, average life range, again, we're talking in generalities, anywhere from 14 to 16 years. We have seen them live longer, obviously. We have seen them live shorter, but in general, 14 to 16 years. The health issues with small dogs usually involve patellas, the kneecap, if you will. They have a tendency to what we call luxating patella. The kneecap will slip out. It's important to keep their weight down. They should not get heavy. Their torsos are just not built to carry that kind of weight. Hip dysplasia, another general issue with this breed of dog, as it is with some of the larger dogs. Again, the weight that we keep on the dog, the nutrition that we use for the dog is very important. We want to keep her slim and trim and happy. But this is a great family dog. Again, high energy. We're looking for families that are very active and can give Luna the kind of exercise she needs. Again, any issues, questions that you might have, contact us. We'd be happy to talk about it. Thanks.